Good day, it's 12 o'clock and you're welcome to the AAU TV Mid-week news coming to you live from the headquarters of the Association of African Universities. My name is Maame, Otuakua, Nyame, and now to our top stories. Higher Education former Prime Minister dies at age 60. Delta supports breast cancer fight in Ghana. Ghana's gold reserves drive CD recovery. Deadly Russian strikes cut power across Ukraine. Please stick with us for the news in detail after this short break. We'll be right back. Now in Ghana, the government's National Science, Technology, Engineering and Mathematics agenda has taken root with the establishment of the Awaso STEM Senior High School, one of 7 new STEM institutions nationwide, aimed at developing technical talent in mining, engineering and biomedical fields. The initiative, launched as part of Ghana's efforts to diversify its economy and promote sustainable development, gives students access to hands-on laboratory and modern facilities. As the region faces environmental and economic challenges from mining, the shift towards STEM education seeks to empower youth with the skills to solve local problems through science and technology.
The government's Science, Technology, Engineering and Mathematics agenda is reshaping the region through establishment of Awaso STEM Senior High School, a purpose-built institution designed to train students in science, technology, engineering and mathematics. At Awaso STEM, students are learning by conducting experiments, building projects, and developing real-world problem-solving skills. The school offers programs in engineering and biomedical science, giving young people opportunities that once required moving to major cities like Accra or Kumasi. Officials say the goal is clear: to prepare the next generation to lead in sustainable development, renewable energy, and digital innovation. By placing STEM schools in regions like Western North, the government hopes to balance opportunity, reduce regional inequality, and transform the nation's economic landscape. For many, this marks a powerful shift from extraction to innovation as Ghana invests not just in natural resources, but in minds shaping its future.
Now, meanwhile, Kenya's former Prime Minister and opposition leader, Raila Odinga, died on Wednesday in India after suffering a heart attack while on a morning walk in Kerala State. The 80-year-old veteran politician, who had recently entered a political pact with President William Ruto, was confirmed dead at Deb Martha Hospital after resuscitation efforts failed. His death marks the end of an era for a man whose decades-long quest for Kenya's presidency and role in shaping multi-party democracy made him one of the most influential political figures in East Africa.
Kenya is mourning one of its most iconic and enduring political figure, former Prime Minister Raila Odinga, a 5-time presidential contender and a key architect of Kenya's modern democracy, has died at the age of 80. Odinga passed away on Wednesday while traveling in India's Kerala state. According to doctors at Deb Martha Hospital, he suffered a cardiac arrest during his morning walk and did not respond to resuscitation effort. In recent months, Odinga has surprised many when he signed a political pact with President William Ruto, paving the way for members of his opposition party to join the government in key policy-making roles. Despite never capturing the presidency, Raila Odinga's influence on Kenya's political life was unmatched. His populist campaign drew millions and often shook the political establishment, most notably in 2007 when his disputed election loss to Mwai Kibaki sparked unrest that changed the course of Kenya's democratic journey. Throughout his career, Odinga remained a symbol of reform and resilience, a leader who fought against single-party rule and championed multi-party democracy. Tributes were pouring in from across Africa and around the world as Kenya remembers a man many called the people's president, a statesman whose political legacy will shape generations to come.
In health, Delta Airlines joined over 30,000 participants in Kumasi for the 13th Annual Breast Care International Walk for the Cure, reaffirming its decade-long partnership with Breast Care International. The event, held on Saturday, October 4, 2025, aimed to raise awareness and expand access to breast cancer screening across Ghana. Since 2015, the collaboration has educated over 150,000 people and screened more than 65,000 women, identifying nearly 2,000 suspected cases, mainly from rural communities with limited healthcare access. BCI President Dr. Beatrice Riafe Ade praised Delta's sustained backing, describing it as a life-saving and transformational for women across Ghana.
In Kumasi, more than 30,000 people turned for the 13th Annual Breast Care International Walk for the Cure, where Delta Airlines reaffirmed its partnership with Breast Care International in the fight against breast cancer. Held on Saturday, October 4th, the event, under the theme, A Cure Worth Fighting For, brought together survivors, healthcare professionals, students, and traditional leaders. Together, they filled the streets of Kumasi in a show for solidarity and hope. Over the past decade, Delta and BCI's collaboration has educated over 150,000 people, screened more than 65,000 women, and identified nearly 2,000 suspected breast cancer cases, many in remote areas with limited healthcare access. Delta's General Manager for Global Communications, Michael Thomas, said the airline's mission extends beyond connecting continents, adding that its partnership with BCI reflects its commitment to saving lives and supporting communities. BCI President Dr. Beatrice Riafe Ade described their partnership as life-changing, emphasizing that early detection remains key to survival. The walk marked yet another milestone in Delta's century for global service, proving that some of the most meaningful journeys are measured not by miles, but by lives touched.
We'll be back with news on Discovery after this short break. Stay with us.
Explore a whole new world of exciting visuals with AAU TV. Get ready for a mix of interesting talk shows, interviews, discovery documentaries, and news on AAU TV. It's not just about watching TV, it's about experiencing something special. AAU TV reaches over 25 countries in Africa, bringing you a blend of knowledge and fun. Learn about different cultures as you enjoy the shows. If you have events or want to showcase your business, we've got you covered. Watch AAU TV free-to-air channel on satellite. Connect with us on Facebook, Instagram, and X, formerly known as Twitter, at AAU TV. Reach out on call or WhatsApp us at +233 26 629 6601 or +233 20 399 5210. AAU TV, the voice of higher education in Africa.
You're welcome back from the break, and now in Discovery. Kenya's digital transformation has reached new heights, with the latest sector statistics reports from the Communications Authority revealing record growth in mobile and broadband usage between April and June 2025. The surge was driven by expanded 4G and 5G coverage, competitive pricing, and improved infrastructure under the government's digital superhighway project. Smartphone penetration rose to 83.5%, while total data subscription climbed to 58.5 million, up 27% from last year. The report also noted an increase in mobile revenue, higher data consumption, and a sharp rise in cyber threats, underscoring the growing importance of cybersecurity.
Kenya's digital economy is growing faster than ever, with new data showing a sharp rise in mobile and internet usage across the country. According to the latest sector statistics report by the Communications Authority of Kenya, mobile and broadband subscriptions hit record levels between April and June 2025, fueled by better infrastructure, competitive pricing, and strong demand for digital services. 4G now reaches over 97% of the population, while 5G coverage has expanded to 30%, thanks to the rollout of over 2,000 kilometers of fiber optic cable under the government's digital superhighway project. Smartphone penetration jumped to 83.5%, driving internet access and boosting data consumption nationwide. Mobile subscriptions rose to 73 million, with broadband users surpassing 58 million, a 27% increase from last year. However, the report also highlights growing cybersecurity risk, with 4.6 billion cyber threats detected during the quarter, an 80% rise attributed to improved monitoring system. The Communications Authority says Kenya's digital transformation continues to deepen, powered by affordable smart devices, expanded network access, and increasing reliance on online services for commerce, communication, and governance. Kenya's digital future, it seems, is not just connected but accelerating.
And now in sports, Ghana has officially qualified for the World Cup after winning against Comoros. This win marks a significant moment for Ghana's football scene and could help boost the struggling merchandise market. As fans get excited about the team's success, local businesses are likely to see more activities. Sales of jerseys, flags, and other items are expected to increase, which will help small traders and the hospitality sector that have had tough times recently. The positive effect may also reach the textile makers, viewing centers, and corporate sponsors, all ready to benefit from the renewed national pride.
Once a booming sector, the sale of Black Stars jerseys, scarves, and memorabilia collapsed after Ghana's early exit from AFCON 2024 and failure to qualify for the 2025 edition. Many traders described it as the worst downturn since 2006. With boxes of unsold merchandise gathering dust in the markets like Makola and Kantamanto. But as the Black Stars sit comfortably at the top of Group I with 25 points, optimism is back. A 1-0 victory over Comoros reignited national pride, social media buzz, and crucially, fan demand for team gear. World Cup years have always been golden for Ghana's local economy, from fabric sellers producing team-colored attire to bars and viewing centers packed with fans. Football fever drives sales and boosts community spirit. Even corporate sponsors are expected to return, drawn by the renewed enthusiasm around the team. Economic analysts say this resurgence could inject new life into small-scale manufacturing, retail, and hospitality sectors already hit hard by inflation. For many, a Black Stars qualification represents more than national pride. It's an opportunity for recovery, resilience, and revival. One thing is clear, the stakes are higher than football. The Black Stars aren't just playing for glory, they are playing to lift an economy built on the power of belief, passion, and pride.
And now in entertainment, Ghanaian artist Episode has officially entered his hit single Choboi for consideration in the Best African Music Performance category at the upcoming 68th Grammy Awards. The submission, made from Accra, Ghana, on Sunday, October 5th, marks a major milestone in the singer's career and reflects Ghana's growing presence on the global market stage. Speaking after confirmation, Episode born Theophilus Ni Ade Otu said he feels mentally and emotionally ready for any outcome. His focus, he emphasized, is not just on winning, but on the journey and opportunity to represent Ghana internationally. The song, which recently won the Music for Good award at the 2025 Teleso Ghana Music Awards, addresses illegal mining and celebrates Ghana's indigenous sound. With strong local and online support, Choboi's Grammy bid forms part of a broader vision to take Ghanaian music to the world.
Episode, whose real name is Theophilus Ni Ade Otu, says he is fully prepared for any outcome, describing the experience as a personal and national victory. He shared that his journey itself is rewarding, adding that every stage brings him closer to showcasing Ghana's sound to the world. He credited his team for strategically positioning Choboi as part of his forthcoming album, Sound of Our Land, due next year. The track, which blends indigenous rhythms with a powerful social message against illegal mining, recently earned him the Music for Good Awards at the 2025 Telecel Ghana Music Awards. Episode believes that his recognition proves that Ghanaian music can reach global heights even when rooted in local realities. He said the Grammy submission is more than a competition. It's about learning, representation, and inspiring others to dream beyond borders. For Episode, this is not just about fame. It's about purpose, impact, and putting Ghana's creative excellence on the world stage.
Meanwhile, in a bold move to stabilize the local currency, the Bank of Ghana has launched a $1.15 billion foreign exchange intervention program this month in Accra, blending monetary policy easing with a gold-backed system to manage cedi volatility. The initiative, part of the domestic gold purchase program, allows the central bank to sell US dollars through twice-weekly auctions to licensed banks. By converting domestically purchased gold into foreign exchange, the BOG aims to deepen interbank markets, strengthen reserves, and reduce speculative pressure on the cedi. The move follows an 11.5% inflation rate, Ghana's lowest in 4 years, and recent IMF praise for exceeding foreign reserve targets. With gold prices soaring above $2,600 per ounce, the program provides the bank with stronger leverage for currency intervention.
Ghana's cedi may finally be gaining some muscle thanks to a new $1.15 billion foreign exchange intervention program launched this month by the Bank of Ghana. The central bank's latest move combines gold-backed financing and monetary policy easing to curb sharp currency swings and restore confidence in the local market. Under the plan, the Bank of Ghana purchases gold from local miners, converts it into US dollars, and sells those dollars through twice-weekly transparent auction to all licensed banks. The goal is to deepen the interbank foreign exchange market and ensure banks have the liquidity to support importers and businesses. With global gold prices now topping $2,600 per ounce, the program is generating high foreign exchange returns from the same volume of domestic gold purchases, a timely advantage that boosts national reserves and intervention capacity. The International Monetary Fund recently recommended Ghana for exceeding reserve targets under its extended credit facility, citing strong export performance in gold and cocoa as key stabilizing factors. Inflation has also dropped to 11.5%, its lowest in 4 years, prompting a reduction in the policy rate to 21.5%. Market players have welcomed the Bank of Ghana's structured auction model as a more predictable and transparent approach compared to past interventions. However, experts caution that consistent implementation will be critical to maintaining credibility and avoiding renewed currency pressure. As Ghana's microeconomic fundamentals improve, this gold-backed strategy may just be the anchor the cedi needs, turning the country's rich mineral wealth into a stabilizing force for its currency and economy.
And on the international front, Russian missiles and drones struck on Friday, October 10, leaving Kyiv and 8 other Ukrainian regions in darkness, injuring dozens and killing at least one child in the southern Zaporizhia region. The attacks, which targeted energy and transport infrastructure, struck as winter nears, a move Ukraine says is aimed at crippling its power grid and spreading fear. Ukraine's energy minister confirmed massive damage to facilities in Kyiv, Cherkasy and Zaporizhia, while authorities said power was restored to more than 540,000 homes. Thousands remain without electricity. Repair teams are working around the clock as officials call for stronger international support and air defense reinforcement to counter the escalating strikes.
In the capital, power was restored to more than 540,000 residents, but authorities say many homes remain without supply. Mayor Vitaly Klitschko confirmed 12 people were injured, while in the southern Zaporizhia region, a 7-year-old boy was killed and 7 others injured. 10 more people were hurt in the central Cherkasy region. Russia's defense ministry described the assault as a massive strike using high-precision and hypersonic missiles, claiming it targeted energy facilities linked to Ukraine's military industry. But Kyiv says the attacks are part of Moscow's strategy to weaponize winter and weaken civilian resilience. President Zelensky condemned what he called cynical and calculated strikes against Ukraine's energy grid, urging the United States, Europe, and G7 nations to act decisively by providing more air defense systems and tightening sanctions. More than 5,800 residential buildings in Kyiv were without power Friday morning, while water supply and public transport, including parts of the city's metro, were also disrupted. Emergency tents have been set up across the city to provide warmth and power to residents. Ukraine's energy minister, Svitlana Reinchik, said the attacks mark a grim anniversary exactly 3 years since Russia began its first major strike on Ukraine's power grid. She noted that cold and darkness remain tools of terror as repair crews race to restore essential services. With winter approaching, Kyiv is bracing for more attacks and calling for global partners to keep the lights on in Ukraine.
Thank you very much for staying with us. Now let's take a quick look at our top stories. In higher education, Kenya's former Prime Minister Raila Odinga dies at 80. Delta supports breast cancer fight in Ghana. In business, Ghana's gold reserve drives cedi recovery. International, deadly Russian strikes cut power across Ukraine. And now, thank you very much for sticking with us on the AAU TV Midweek News. Get interactive with us via our dedicated social media platforms at Association of African Universities. My name is Maame Ekua, Otuakua, Nyame. Do have a lovely day.